Good morning and welcome. Today's tutorial, we are still on rigid motion, that is transformation. In our previous video, we looked at reflection to be one of the transformations. Now, today we are going to look at what we call rotation. Now, rotation means turning a shape about a fixed point. The fixed point is called the center of rotation. Yes, so in these rotations we are going to do, our fixed point, with which we are going to turn around, is going to be our origin, which is 0, 0. So unlike reflection, that is flipping. Now for rotation, we are going to turn about the point. So let's look at the various rotations. We have 270 degrees anti-clockwise or 70 degrees clockwise rotation. Yes, about the origin. That is the fixed point. Now when you're asked to when you're asked to rotate, when you're asked to rotate anti-clockwise or 90 clockwise, this is the rule. When you have this point xy and you're rotating 270 anti-clockwise or 90 clockwise, you are going to interchange the position of the variables. So the s will go to the y, then the y will come to the x. Then you negate the s value. Yes. So this is what I mean. This s will come here, and this y also come here, and that is what we see here. After moving this y to the s position, moving the s to the y position, we are going to negate the x that is coming, and that is what we have here. So if you look at this example, rotating this point 41, 270 degrees anti-clockwise or 90 clockwise, you see the 4 has been moved, then the 1, 2 has been moved, then the 4 has been negated, and that is what we are talking about. Now let's see how this point 41 is being rotated and how it will be like this 1 negative 4 on our graph. So let's go to our graph and see how it's done. So first, we are going to plot this point 41 on the graph. So this is our graph. Then we have our points. So let's plot our points here. So we have points is what? Our point is 41. Okay, so 41. So let's come here. Then make this one. Then we have our 270 there. 270 there. Yes. So because this is the center of this is the first point where we are going to do our rotation. See our point is here. Yes. Then we have our image here. So you see, initially we have our point to be what? 4, 1. Now after rotating 270 anti-clockwise or 90 clockwise, we are going to have 1 negative 4. And in fact, it was 1 negative 4 that we had. So we are going to have 1 negative. That's done. So that is how we rotate. So rotating 270 anti-clockwise or 90 clockwise, that is what we have. Now let's move to the next one. Now we have 90 anti-clockwise or 270 clockwise. With that one too, when you have a point xy, we are going to interchange and negate our y. So that one too, our s will go there and our y will come. Now when they come like that, we are going to negate our y. So when you look at this example, our x will go and our y will also come. Then we are going to negate our y. Yes. So let's see how it will be. So let's plot the points 2, 1 on the graph. So we have 2, 1. We have 2, 1 on the graph. So let's plot that point 2, 1. So we have 2 here. We have 1 here. So we have this point here. Now I'm going to rotate 90 degrees anti-clockwise. 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So select this. What point is the problem? We have 90. 90. Yes. So we have the image here. This is the image. So we have rotated this 90 degrees anti-clockwise. So for 90 degrees anti-clockwise, this is the image, this is the object, and this will be the image. Yes, because if this is 2, 1, here you are going to get what? Minus 1, 2, and that is what we have here. So minus 1, 2. So that is what we are going to have. So we have rotated this 90 degrees anti-clockwise or 270 clockwise. Yes, that is what we have. Now, let's check the other rotations. So we have done 90 anti-clockwise. The last one is 180 degrees rotation. Now for 180 degrees, what we do is that you have X, you have Y. So we just, for that one, we won't interchange anything. We only negate the X and negate the Y. So when you have 3 minus 2, we do negations. We negate everything. So we negate the 3, then we negate the 2, the negative 2. But I know that anytime negative meets negative, it changes to positive. That's why you have 3, 2. We have negative 3, 2. Yes, because you negate this one, we negate this one. Since this is positive, when you negate this, it becomes negative. But since this is negative, when you negate it, it turns to positive. So let's indicate this point, 3 minus 2 on our graph. So 3 minus 2 on our graph. So we have 3 minus 2 graph, 3 minus 2 graph. So we have our 3 minus 2 here. Now let's see the rotation. Rotation. Select this one. Okay, since we have the center, yes. So we have 180, we have 180. So that is what we have. Okay, so if this is 3, negative 2, well, we are going to have negative 3, 2. And that is what we have here. Negative 3, 2, negative 3, 2, negative 3, 2. That is what we have here. So we have negative 3, 2. So basically, that is how we do our rotation. That is how we do our rotation. Now, let's consider some triangles and do some rotation. Let's see. So when you have a triangle, let's say we are going to consider some triangle. Let's have a triangle here. So, so have a nice triangle. So you have the triangle here, triangle there, triangle here, the triangle there. We want to do some rotation. Okay, so let's say that you're going to rotate 180 degrees, or let's say 270 degrees anti-clockwise. 270 degrees anti-clockwise. So 270. So you rotate this one. Select this. Then go to the middle. The middle here. We're gonna have. I don't understand why this hand is worrying me today, but I might get it. So we're gonna have this 270, 270 counterclockwise. That is what we have. So you see where our image is forming. So this 270 anti-clockwise. So this is what we have. This is what we have. So you see we have this one. So you see where it is forming. As you can see it clearly here. Yes. So that is how it is. So if you rotate this 270 anti-clockwise, this is the image you're going to have. So this is our object and this is our image. Yes. So let's see. Let's see. Our point A, which is minus 9, then minus 3. Yes. Now since we are rotating this 270 anti-clockwise, we are going to interchange and negate our x. We're going to interchange and negate our x. So for a, which is minus 9 minus 3, if you interchange and negate our x, you're going to get this minus 3, then 9, minus 3, then 9. That is what we have here. Minus 3, then 9. Okay, minus 3, then 9. And the same is true for the remaining points. So that is that for rotation. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe.